Hello, welcome to episode number 40 of Comment Chaos Live with me, Christian Rauchenwald, on this probably going to be sunny Wednesday morning. I hope you all had a great week so far and a great start into June. As always in Comment Chaos Live, we take a look at the comments that I receive on my YouTube channel to hopefully provide you with answers to questions that you may already have. And you obviously can also ask your questions in the chat and I will address them once we finished looking at the comments. Now, what else is there to say? Usual disclaimer, everything that I share in this live stream / video, depending on if you're watching it live right now or later as a recording, is my personal opinion and in no way financial or professional advice of any kind. You should always do your own research, consult certified professionals, draw your own conclusions and make your own decisions. Because obviously I also don't know everything and whatever is right for me might not be right for you. I'm gonna Sorry, I muted the wrong thing, so I wanted to say I'm gonna mute the notification for now, but yeah, actually it's muted this way, yeah, so should be fine now. There we go. Let's hide this and push the button, and there we go into Agora Pulse. Now it's gonna be a little tricky since we decided to now only do those streams for now weekly because there are not that many comments. So first I'll have to go into all. And then there we have to basically go, today we have the 7th and it's a Wednesday, and the last episode we have to check, was last Friday, which was the 2nd, and the 2nd is basically 5 days ago. So yeah, let's see what we have since 5 days ago. There's been a lot of spam, 5 days ago. So let's see, I lost my password, reset wallet, I think. Yeah, let's start here, yeah. So yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of people, I mean a reasonable number of people that will have the issue in Pi Network that they will lose their passphrase, so because they don't pay attention when they create the wallet and so on, yeah. I'm actually going to set up Let's View as well so I can show you the important parts. So... And yeah, like what you can do obviously is if you lost your passphrase is if you don't have your coins migrated yet. I'm gonna show you in a second, then you can there, share, okay, and no, come on, there we go. So mirroring should be up, yep. So let's throw that over there and then go into the Pi app. And let's share that real quick. So if you forgot your passphrase, you can basically in the Pi browser, in the KYZ wallet.pi, create a new wallet. And then here in the mainnet checklist, you have to then update point number 3 and then check if you also can update all the other points. So moving forward. So that then you get the migration sent to that new wallet address that you created. If you already received some coins into the wallet where you lost the passphrase, well, you're shit out of luck. That's simply how cryptocurrency works. It's decentralized. It's like it's on one hand, the benefit that not like with your online banking that your bank can screw up and suddenly your balance is wrong and it shows you less money than you actually have on the account. On the other hand, if you lose your online banking access, your bank can reset it for you. There's no such thing with crypto. If you lose your passphrase, then you lost access to your wallet. That's why it's so important to store it properly. Yeah. But if you have an issue with your passphrase, so you forgot it or so, even if you already got coins migrated, I know it sucks then to lose them, but then you still create a new wallet. Update the migration checklist so that you in the future get your coins into that new wallet, and that should then at least be a solution moving forward. And if at some point you find your old passphrase again, you can just log into the old wallet and send those coins as well into your new wallet. So, but yeah, that's how it works. So switching back here now, mainnet launch of Pi Network still possible on June 28th. Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, we covered it in the live stream that we did on Pi Day and also in the video after that. one of the core requirements. There are only two requirements, yeah, for when we will have the open mainnet. To be precise, we already are on the mainnet already for quite some time, but it's the enclosed mainnet, with the only difference, really the only difference between an enclosed mainnet and an open mainnet is you're not allowed to sell your Pi coins for fiat or other cryptocurrency. And yeah, there are no exchanges or something because you're not allowed to do that. Once we have an open mainnet, there will also not be exchanges from day one, because then it will just mean that, okay, now it's possible and allowed, or there might not be exchanges from day one. Yeah, because then it just means that now it's allowed, and it's possible and you're allowed to then move your Pi to an exchange and sell them for fiat or other cryptocurrency. Yeah. So, and one of the requirements is that a big portion of users passes KYC, so that, I don't know, 75%, let's say, or 80% or 90%, I don't know the exact number, complete KYC, which takes some time, even with Pi's own KYC solution that scales relatively well. And the other more important thing is that there are use cases. There have to be use cases. If the only thing you can use your Pi for is to pay for shit, that's not a use case, because you can do that with Euro, US dollar, Bitcoin, Litecoin, any other thing. So it doesn't make Pi unique. It does not create a reason why other people should buy Pi coins. Yeah. So Fireside Forum, the platform that recently launched from Pi Network, so the community thing, we can actually look at that real quick for a second. I'm just gonna fire up the Pi browser in that case, and here we switch again iPhone. So if you check the Pi browser, you will note that at the bottom it now says Fireside. So when you press Fireside, you get to the Fireside Forum. Now that's a community that's completely driven by Pi tokens. So you can use your Pi coins. So you can use your Pi coins to buy Fire tokens, which is not a cryptocurrency. It's just an in-app currency. And then you can basically use them to create channels, to create your own posts, and to upvote or downvote posts. So you can add Fire to something to make it seem, or to make it more popular. If you think it should be at the top, and there's also tipping involved, so that whoever wrote the post gets some Pi. As you can see here, there are a lot of tips. So 10,000 Pi is tips, or 10,000 Fire is tips. Not sure if those tips are also tokens, so should be Fire tokens. Yeah. Obviously, it's not perfect for many reasons. For example, for me, I am a native German speaker and also speaking English okay. However, I go in there and I see basically posts in, okay, there's some English, there's Vietnamese, I would guess. Yeah, I don't understand it. So the problem is, if there's no language filter by default, then whatever, like let's say there is like the most users are in India or in China or Vietnam or whatever. If there's one country that has a lot more users than all other countries, then that country will overrun the Fireside Forum and with content in their native language, making it less interesting for others. However, one has to consider that Fireside Forum just launched. It's relatively new, so the team might improve it. And theoretically, it's a valid use case, because if you want to do something on Fireside Forum, you have to have a Pi account, and you need to own Pi to pay for the tokens that you need to post, upvote, and whatnot. Yeah. So that would be a potential use case. In the current version, how it works, I don't think it's a great use case. But overall, that's what's missing. So in order to have an open mainnet, Pi Network needs to have unique use cases, or at least one great use case. It could be something like a social media platform that requires you to have a Pi wallet. It could be something completely different, but only once we have that use case, that then means once Pi can be bought and sold on exchanges, people actually have a reason to say, oh, I'm going to get $5 worth of Pi so I can use Fireside Forum or whatever other use case there is. So that there is demand for people to buying, and not as soon as we have an exchange listing, everybody's going to be, yay, I want to sell, I'm going to be rich. Yeah. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, thanks for the feedback. Thanks for the feedback. Yeah, so I really appreciate, the usual spam. So in case you're wondering, it's like, I'm actually wondering why YouTube is unable to filter that, because if you look at this, it's so obvious. Yeah. So there's a message that is something about like, I'm trading with that guy and he's making me so much money, and it's then at 128, and then you can see within a minute, so 129, 129, so within 5 minutes suddenly there are like a bunch of people that show up. Yay, he also made me so much money. I mean, who the hell, if you some of those comments are claims like, yeah, I made 60,000 per month or stuff like that. Who the hell, if you would make 60,000 by investing in some guy or so, would hang out on YouTube on a random video that has nothing to do with that guy or how he does it, and then notice, oh, there is a comment recommending that guy, I'm gonna instantly reply and say, yeah, I'm also happy with him. Yeah, it's like YouTube could automatically say, okay, if there's a comment with more than whatever 2 replies within yeah, like, I don't know, I mean, or more than 5 replies within 1 minute or so, then or 2 minutes or whatever, then mark it for review. So it's then not banned. It just means that the channel owner sees the comment and can say if it should be shown or not. Yeah. So I'm sure there would be a way to prevent scams being promoted like that. Yeah. Yeah, moving on. Next comment. Stormgain, can you use Stormgain with your smartphone? Yes, you can. Haha, funny, since we already share the smartphone. So I think I'm gonna have to check 1 second. Yeah, that should be it or not. Yep. So for those of you that don't know Stormgain, I shared the link, and Stormgain basically is a crypto trading platform. Now don't scare away, because I don't really recommend it for trading because their fees are high and so on. But what's cool is you have this, I already pressed the button, you have this cloud mining, which means every 4 hours you can push that button here, and then it mines, or mines in quotes, really in quotes, yeah, but your Bitcoin, or you receive minor amounts of Bitcoin, as you can see here. And you get them as USDT, but they are bonus USDT. Now, there are a few caveats here, because as you see, you need to reach a minimum of 10 USDT, then you can withdraw it, but not to your wallet. Yeah. But once you have it, then you can basically, you can see if we go to my wallet, it says I have 52 or 86 USDT, but you can see all of them are bonus USDT. So I cannot withdraw that money. But what I can do is I can use it for trading. And if I have a profit, then I can withdraw the profit if it's more than the minimum withdrawal thing. But so it's in my opinion cool, because it creates like, it teaches patience, which is very, very important when it comes to investing. It also forces you, or it teaches you to form habits, which obviously positive habits are always good. So to form the habit to, for example, I used to have a reminder literally for every 4 hours. So every 4 hours, my phone would be like, okay, hey, push that damn button. And I would go in there and I would push that button. Yeah. And so that during the day, I managed to press it like 3, 4, maybe 5 times, depending on how long my day was, to speed up how fast I filled up on the 10 USDT. And then, so obviously, then it teaches you the patience, because it will, well, initially you get a boost. So the first 10 USDT shouldn't take that long. After that, it takes longer. And it obviously also varies. If Bitcoin is going up right now, then it goes faster, because then obviously the minor amount of Bitcoin you get is more worth in USDT. If Bitcoin is going down right now, well, then it takes longer, because while you're mining, you actually, the BTC that you already have are losing value. So yeah. There are also important FAQ. I'm not sure if they're here on that page as well, but they are. Yeah, they are. So definitely should look at the FAQ if you start with Stormgain. But yeah, Stormgain definitely cool, because you don't have to invest anything. It takes, of course, a little bit of time to whatever, like once per day, 3 times per day, 5 times per day, push that button. And then it takes weeks to have the 10 USDT, get that. And then you basically can play around and trade with those 10 USDT. And if you lose them, well, I mean, you lost a little bit of time for pushing the button to get those bonus USDT in the first place. And if you make a profit, well, then, yeah, just keep doing until you have enough profit to withdraw and you actually made some money without risking your own money. So that's why I really like Stormgain. As said, I don't like it for trading. So like for depositing your own money, I mean, if you want to do that, you can, of course, it's your own money, do whatever you want. But they have like, yeah, like for example, if you make a profit of $100, they have a 10% fee. So they keep 10% of the profit. Yeah. Which makes it harder to be profitable. Yeah. Overall, however, when it comes to trading with leverage, they have a broad selection of cryptos that you can invest in and basically yeah, like trade on. So yeah, like, I mean, you do you. Personally, I say if you have no trading experience, if you're relatively new to crypto as well, you don't have a lot of money, so you cannot just say, oh, I'm gonna deposit $100, $1,000 or more on whatever, crypto.com, Binance, or any of the other exchanges, and I'm gonna trade there to try to make a profit. Then Stormgain is, like, in my opinion, a great way to get started, because it helps you yeah, like develop the patience needed and gives you then as reward for your patience, so for being patient enough to reach the 10 minimum of 10 USDT balance, then you basically get bonus money you can use for trading without risking your own money. And that's like something I really, really like, because learning how to invest or trade and basically manage your own transactions and portfolio and developing an understanding of how the markets usually move is definitely something that will get you further in life, because if you manage your money very well and you manage to get decent interest on your money, you're going to achieve wealth much faster than if you're hoping that one coin that you hold is going to make you rich. Yeah. Anyway, so moving on to the comments, or back to the comments. So here we are. So that was about Stormgain. Positive feedback. Yay. Always happy to see positive feedback. Pi Network submitted national identity card. Blah, blah, blah. Haven't shown me. Congratulations. Still in step 6. Yeah. Yeah, it's literally on the video that explains why some users might be stuck, so I'm gonna share that as well. So Pi Network, KYZ stuck, see this. Yeah, by the way, WN109 shout out idol, yeah, like greetings as well. Yeah, I forgot how to say hello in Tagalog, and everything that I remember in Tagalog would be yeah, not proper for the YouTube stream. Yeah, Ella Rose, love the info, helps a lot. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Yeah, actually so much positive feedback. I really subjectively I had the feeling there were not that many thank you and good and great posts or comments over the last couple of days, but yeah, I stand corrected. Yeah, then there about Sweatcoin. Sweatcoin is a weird project. Like, actually switch to the phone again. Sweatcoin. So Sweatcoin, you have the Sweatcoin app and you have Sweat Wallet. So originally when I reviewed Sweatcoin, which, yeah, that is like, that video is like ages old. So originally when I reviewed it, it was just about that you can earn Sweat coin, yeah, which just is an in-app currency. It was not a cryptocurrency. And then they have a store. Where's that stupid store? There, where you can then say, okay, hey, I want to have that, whatever, free 60 days of this, or I don't know, like, so 65% off from that, where you can then, for example, for 5 sweat, you would then get a coupon code to then buy in the shop and theoretically get the discount. Yeah, I've never used one of the coupon codes because my idea was I'll just keep collecting Sweatcoin. But yeah, so the question is, do the coupon codes really work? Yeah, I think from what I read in the Sweatcoin community on Reddit, so which you can find by switching screens. Reddit, should be Sweatcoin. Yeah. So from the posts there, yeah, there are some people that are so, like, I'm following that community, and so in the past I noticed that some people here and there didn't get what they paid for, in quotes. So they bought a voucher and then the online store or whatever, like, didn't deliver, or I don't know, yeah. But overall, I also noticed that even back when I made the video, that people are able to sell. Yeah, I mean, it changed now. Yeah, so there used to be no cryptocurrency and you only had your in-app Sweatcoin, and so people then on Reddit said, hey, I want to sell this and blah blah blah, and then other people bought their Sweatcoin. I mean, not for millions of dollars, but you could make some money. And by the way, Sweatcoin is just about counting your steps. So if you carry your phone with you and your phone counts your step and you grant Sweatcoin access to that data, you actually already earn. However, what changed is, so as we say, which I mentioned back in my original video, is that maybe someday they will launch a cryptocurrency, and they did. Now it's called Sweat, yeah. And as you can see, so it now has its own wallet. It's on the now what blockchain was that again? Neat. No, yeah, like I forgot the name of the blockchain they are using, but it's running on its own blockchain, or it's running as a token on a reasonably popular blockchain that I forgot. Yeah. You can stake stuff in there, and then they have a reward system where basically cool, I can unlock this. Okay, so you can enter stuff, so you need a certain amount of staking points basically, and then you can enter into draws. So basically you have Sweatcoin installed, you have the Sweat wallet installed, you just walk around, it records your steps, it rewards you with the Sweat tokens, and then here and there you need to put them in a jar. So where you can see, okay, if you lock it up for 3 months, it's 3% interest. If you lock it up for 12 months, it's 12% interest, yeah. And then for those jars, you get those points, those growing points. It sounds complicated, but it's actually really straightforward. So for walking, you get Sweat. The Sweat you stake. You get staking tokens. And then with staking tokens, you see you can, okay, there's a Mac Studio, but you need 2,000 staking tokens for it. I only have 966, yeah. So I cannot vote into or participate into that draw, yeah. There is like some Bose stuff, yeah. I haven't won anything so far, and I'm not very consistent with actually checking those giveaways and opting in, yeah. I don't know why. I'm like more, okay, I'm gonna stake to get interest, and then maybe someday that thing will have a higher value and I can sell it, yeah. But obviously the right thing to do, so like do as I say, not as I do myself, because again, I'm not very consistent with checking the rewards, yeah, would be to once per week or so check in there and opt in for whatever giveaway you can participate in. And yeah, and then basically wait if you get lucky and win. Yep, so that. So, okay, there's like, okay, not enough for that. Airbnb gift cards, I mean, yeah, why not? Yeah, so like, so it's really straightforward at the end, and yeah, like it's not the best app, but also let's check CoinMarketCap, switch here, so and say Sweat. So that's Sweat Economy. It's already listed and it has a value. It's not a lot. You can see it's half a cent. So it's pretty much like around high dollar, although high dollar has better use cases, blah, blah, blah. And it's listed on a couple of exchanges. So while you're not going to make a lot of money just from sharing your step data, if you have the app installed, that's exactly when I made the original video, as far as I recall. Back then they had like auctions where you could, for example, bid on a $1,000 Amazon voucher, and you would need like 20,000 Sweat or so. And I was saying back then, hey, even if it takes 5 years to reach enough Sweat so that I can win that auction, yeah, then that would translate still to $1,000 in 5 years, so $200 per year, yeah. And now with their introduction of the Sweat Economy cryptocurrency thingy, coin, token in that case, yeah, it actually is the same thing. So even if it's only half a cent, it's literally zero work. You install the app and you can check out, I'm not sure if I have a link for that, but I'm gonna share that one with you guys. Yeah, copy video URL. So you can watch the original review, and there's also then, as usual, the link, yeah. And you install the app, you give it access to your step data, you make sure that you have the Sweat wallet set up next to the Sweatcoin app, and then you just basically, either you're doing it better than I am, and like once per month, for example, put your Sweat into a jar to get interest on it, and maybe once per week check which new rewards are listed to opt in for the draws, or you just forget about it, and in 10 years you check your phone and check just how much Sweat you earned and what it's worth then, and maybe it's worth nothing and you just forget about it completely, or in 10 years it actually also increased in value and you're like, oh my god, just for sharing my steps for 10 years and now have, I don't know, 1,000, 10,000, I don't know, yeah, like any amount of money for pretty much doing nothing. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. I locked my balance for 3 years. Is this reversible? No. Staking is never reversible. That's the whole point of staking. Doesn't matter if it's the lockup in Pi Network or if it's the jars in Sweatcoin. That's the whole point. Yeah. How to reset lockup date? Yeah, you cannot. Yeah, like if you locked it up, you locked it up. Yeah, Star Network, real or fake? We'll see over time. I mean, they made some progress. Then there was a little bit of a slowdown and so on. Yeah, time will tell. Yeah, that was a funny guy. Bro, it's 2023. Is crypto still a thing? When pandemic hits, almost everyone, blah, blah, blah. So like somebody that believes that, yeah, that crypto is dead. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I should wake up and actually put work to earn actual currency. Yeah, like really, really funny. So I just replied, tell me you don't know what cryptocurrencies are about without telling me that you don't know what cryptocurrencies are all about. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, always some in quotes morons like that. Yeah. Ella, yeah, like for the sweat coin, if you follow the YouTube link to the video and there in the video description, it's there. Yeah, it's yeah. How can I speed up the process for KYZ? You cannot. Yeah, you just have to wait. Yeah, that's about Helium Network, about setting up routers. Yeah, since my original video about unboxing and setting up this hotspot, a lot changed. Things got easier and also more complicated at the same time. But yeah, like no more port forwarding needed. Blah blah blah. Yeah, that's the same guy replying. Blah blah blah. Yeah, can't open KYZ submission. So there's also, if you cannot, yeah, like that's that video actually. Then copy clean link. So so if the KYC app tells you that there's no KYC slot available, then that's the video you're looking for. Yeah, so that one, yeah. So, oh no, that one gets a 403 error, no idea, but there he should just ask in the Reddit community. Positive feedback. Alpha network, so somebody saying the exchange doesn't work, so the games don't mean anything, yeah. Alpha network is also one of those weird projects where, I mean, it's also one of those one click per day. Here's the button, yeah. So where you push a button and then you get Alpha coin, and then they have their Alpha exchange, which looks like this, where you can then log in. So there's a sign-in button that explains how the sign-in works, and then you can say, hey, I want to sell this and this, and then it eventually sells. However, the problem is that, as you can see, there are 146,000 sell orders, but only 1,200 buy orders. So it's selling very slow. The exchange is working. I even made a withdrawal proof video that shows like that I was able to sell and withdraw the USDT that I got for selling. However, problem is if nobody's buying, yeah, then it doesn't matter if the exchange is working or not. If nobody's buying, then you cannot sell. Yeah. So, and yeah, that guy just misunderstood or misinterpreted like not being able to sell because the exchange has no buy volume with, yeah, that, yeah. Pi Network price predictions. Well, in general, I don't do price predictions, or I don't enjoy doing them. Let's say it like this, because there are just so many factors that go into it. Especially if we consider, for example, we have high dollar, which, yeah, like, I mean, recently has been completely bonkers, but still is like regulated, has partnerships with MasterCard, offers like bank accounts in Europe and so on. So has a product, has partnerships, has structure, and is valued at 0.04 cents, so less than half a cent. And then we have things like Sweatcoin that's pretty much just giving you tokens for sharing your steps. And yeah, like that's worth a little bit more than that. Yeah. So price predictions are, yeah, like I don't like them when it comes to crypto. Yeah. If Pi launches but my step 8 is not finished, nothing happens, because migrations will happen in the future anyway. Right now they're still manual, and right now there are none as far as I know. So there will be a point in the future, maybe today, maybe in a week, maybe in a month, maybe in half a year, where the Pi team will have another manual migration. And then after that, they will hopefully already have the automated migrations in place, where then whatever, every day, every week, every 2 weeks, every month, automatically the newly mined balance will migrate into your wallet. Yeah. Yeah, mine is just showing one. So in the lockup, yeah, if it's only showing one entry in your, there we can go to the Pi browser again, actually. So iPhone and back 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 and further back and back and back and back. Eventually we'll get there, or I just restart the whole app. That's one thing. I mean, that's one thing. Oh, they're welcome Pi. Yeah. So in your wallet, unlock with Face ID. Yep. So if you look at migrations, there is one entry that reflects what was migrated and is locked up. And no, there should be 2 entries. I'm not sure why the second one doesn't show. Yeah, so there should be 2 entries, but eventually the second one apparently doesn't show up here anymore. But so whatever is locked up shows up as long as it's locked up. But when you initially get your balance, there might be 2 if you didn't pick 100% lockup. If you picked 100% lockup, well, then you decided, hey, I want to lock up everything, so there's only 1 entry. I picked a 90% lockup for 3 years, so I have some Pi to spend and make some videos about it. And that's why I originally had 2 entries here. One is the 90% that are locked up till 2025, and the other one was like the 200 Pi that were available balance that I could move there. So if it only shows you 1 entry, it means you picked 100% lockup. Yeah, and then you should probably check in the mainnet checklist in the Pi network app again to make sure that you update your migration settings if you don't want to also have the next migration completely locked up. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, I came to migration on Pi network. It's been about 5 months. Migration has not been opened. Note I didn't save your first wallet address and I made the reset. I'm moving through the new wallet 5 months ago. I locked my Pis for a year. Can this have an effect? Nope, no effect. So it's just waiting about the next migration. Yeah, and that pretty much actually is the last comment. Now, yeah, there are no questions in the chat and we actually are fairly on time. I usually plan about up to 30 minutes for those streams. So yeah, cool. Yeah, I feel like we're going to stick with the weekly format for now. So the next episode of Common Chaos Live will then be next Wednesday. And if or when the comment volume increases, then we'll add additional episodes again. Doesn't make much sense to have a live stream if there are then only 1 or 2 comments. So as you see, like from yesterday, there would have only been 2 comments. So I think the weekly format for now is really, really fine. I hope you were able to get some answers to your questions and maybe even discover 1 or 2 projects you haven't heard about so far, like Stormgain or Sweatcoin. That might be interesting for you. Yeah, so that's it. I hope you have a great day ahead and then see you in one of my other videos or in a future live stream. And yeah, till then.